Well, I found some fittings for the original oil pressure gauge, and like I had mentioned in a previous video, the inlet fittings for the instruments are different. Took me a little while of finagling. Come to find out that the fitting here isn't made anymore. So it took a little bit of figuring things out, and I have this 1/4 inch pipe that's flare, and then this 1/4 inch fitting that is national coarse thread to national fine thread, and then this fitting, which is national pipe thread fine, which fits into there, and then the compression fitting. And right now we're going to go to the truck and install these 4 little fiddly bits onto the oil pressure line. I was looking through the manual and I don't see the original. I couldn't find the original routing for the oil pressure line from the engine to the instrument. These 2 steel hoses here come around to the oil filter under my finger, and let me use a pointer here. This this oil line here, these are the 2 oil lines from the engine and to the engine and to the oil filter and from the oil filter, and then this original line here goes straight up and goes into the dash right next to where the speedometer cable enters. And then there's a series of little steel plates for the bonding strap, which all it is it's just a ground strap, but that's for later. So I'm going to make the oil pressure line go in a hole in the firewall just a little bit below, because I can't find another hole there. So let's go. Okay, I've installed the compression fitting on the end of the oil line, the new one, and I've run the oil line through a different hole. Love all the glare. Here's the oil line right here. I've routed it through a hole in the dash. I'm going to straighten it out a little bit more after I get the instrument installed, and I have to install this fitting. So let's go into the shop and put everything together. Okay, so there's the multitude of fittings. Yeah, I'm going to take these off now so I can drop them later. Okay, that's good. So yesterday I went to a secondhand store in a neighboring town and I found a tool hoard. Trying to put together a tool roll to go in the weasel. I think that's 1/2 inch. Yeah, 5/8 and 1/2 inch, yes. Perfect. It's a little bit long, but again, you'll never see it underneath the dash, which is nice. I have everything snug. I don't need to use any Teflon tape because of the design of the fittings. Let's see if we can see this up close. You may be able to see that the end of this fitting is tapered. Well, it's a friction fit, compressive type, and because everything is brass, it all fits together nice and easily. And again, it doesn't take gorilla torque to get these things tight. Good. Okay, so I'll grab the 7/16 inch wrench and the instrument. Let's go back out to the truck. Can't wait to get that installed. I'm gonna set that on the ground on the floor of the truck. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna stop it here. Gonna stop for a moment and take a look at what's going on. It's a beautiful bright day. Not a cloud in the sky. Plenty of crows around here. I put some corn chips out here. Let's see if they come around. Yeah, you hear all that noise. Look at that. That's awesome. I love these birds. They're so smart. So this is called a murder of crows. Did a lot of research on corvids, especially these birds here, the black ones. They are quite abundant here at this time of the year, and so far I've had 4 of them die in my yard. And I learned from research that if they see a human being pick up one of their dead, they will equate that person with death, and they will plague you and avoid you and sound the signal of alarm every time you're around. So luckily I learned that before I picked up the 4 crows that were dead, and I never let them see me pick them up. They're pretty comfortable around me. I'm about 30 feet away, and I don't know, probably 200 of them here. Maybe 100, but they're smart. I love them. Okay, back to the truck. All right, so while my Corvid friends are back there arguing about corn chips, I'm gonna slide the instrument into the panel. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is a cold start. I have the gauge installed and got the battery connected to the beginning stages of the wire harness. Now we have to test the gauge, make sure the little copper line isn't fractured anywhere and that all the fittings are tight. So here we go. Oops. Hey, I don't see any breaks in the line. Oh, there it goes. Take a moment because of those larger fittings. Look at that. Oh man, what a delight. So I don't know how long it's been since this oil pressure gauge has had oil in it. At least, yeah, this is the one that came out of the CCKW I found in Temecula, California. So at least 40 or 50 years. And let's shut it down. Okay. Here, we'll start it back up and see what happens. Nice. So that's about 66 pounds, 67 pounds. Of pressure on cold startup, and I always run 1540 Chevron 1540 Delo, which is diesel engine lubrication oil. It still has all the dissolved particulates in it that are healthy for older engines. again, it did start up quickly because what I do is I take this Coleman camping fuel, which is about 55 octane. I fill this cap with it, and then I pour it right next to that nut, and it goes right down into the throat of the carburetor. And I mentioned before, I like using this more than I like using starting fluid or ether, because ether is about 6 octane. It's super flammable. This stuff is not as flammable as ether, and but it's still more flammable than gasoline. And let's look at the fuel pump. Pretty good. One more small step forward. And about the wire harness, there's a company that builds new old stock wire harnesses. I've mentioned them before, but I'm going to build my own. I don't want to pay $1,800. Not that much of a stickler. So just going to let the truck run and end the video. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you guys have a great day. Later.